Hey. G'day, Jules.
Hello, Luna.
Am I coming through loud and clear?
Yeah, let me just adjust my volume.
Think everything's okay here. Hey, so how are you, Jules? Welcome everybody to our show again. This week we've
everyone.
got strange beings and strange things, and we got Jules of the Flame.
Yeah, and she is pretty strange, I'd have to say.
We make a good particular. Okay. So we've got some juicy things for you today. Jules got some juicy things for us too. And
juicy, but maybe interesting to some.
Yeah, well, and just want to say good day to Ken Rotman, Jocelyn, Donnie, my brother. I've been trying to get a hold of you. You're being elusive. And Malia. Hey, Malia's, how you going, sister? Thanks for joining us and thanks for watching. All right. So what do we want to do? Get straight into it, or?
Sure.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody in chat. Sorry, I can't like access chat. But hey, everyone. Hey, Ken. Hey, Joe. Yamadani. Hey, Malaya. If I missed anybody, hello.
Okay. Right. So first we that's what I've got to do. Figure out the share thing. Hang on, it's one. I'm going to get a freaky screen. We're going to get a freaky screen. Hang on, I'll just widen this so we get a better look. Okay, we're going to start off with strange beings. And did you like my music? Is that strange enough for you? That was actually Viking music, a Viking instrument. I love Viking stuff. Okay, let's see. Here we go. If I can do this. Is it Chrome tab or window? It's window, is it?
Click on share and then the windows, but keep the windows that you're gonna share behind you. So have them up, and then if you're like,
hang on.
Can I tease you a bit, because I think I remembered how I did it.
Yeah. Welcome on the journey of how we're gonna do this. Every week we do this. Hang on. Let's minimize that one. There we go.
You can do it. I did it the other night, and if I can do it, I know Luna can do it. So
yeah, I'll do it. Just give me a minute. Just takes me a minute. All right. So you got to have it behind or underneath.
Just keep your window open, and it'll be behind, and then just have it accessible.
I have it accessible. All right. So I clicked it. It's not working. It worked yesterday. Hang on. Why did it work yesterday, not today? I don't know. Oh, man. What have I done? Please bear with me. This is terrible. I'm a terrible
Okay,
hostess.
so try clicking on the bottom, share, and then whatever you're going to share, and then share screen.
Okay. I did that. Why isn't it coming up? You can't see nothing, can you? No. All right. Oh, hang on. I'll try it again. Sorry, people. Sorry. I got some really good pictures for you. Some freaky pictures. Share windows or Chrome tab?
Oh, you're because you created some slides.
Oh, no, windows.
Click one. We'll find out where
Oh,
it
I
goes.
think I got it. I figured it out. I think. Ta-da!
There you go.
Now I've got to get my screen right. Hang on.
Well, after all, you are just waking up.
I am. It's morning here, and that's the problem most of the time when I put a show on people, is that it's morning. And I'm not really a morning person. I like just to sit there and look at the sun and listen to the things and not say or do anything, because I don't really wake up for an hour or two later. And you get that part of me in the morning. I just sit here. But I'm pulling myself together. Here we go. Check this out. Let's go full screen, shall we? Because these are worth it. And we can talk about them. Hang on. The mouse is playing up. All right. There we go. Hang on, I'll try and make it bigger. Bigger. Is that better? Can you see that?
Yeah, it's bigger.
Okay, so here we are. Our first thing, and that is a foot, obviously. And that foot was painted on old canvas or something. All these things are very old, dug up from the past. And this is about the fellas with 1 foot. So these are the cryptoid. Oh no, not cryptoid. These are the others. These are what I call the others. So these are remnants of when the others were around and people drew pictures and painted pictures and stuff and did sketches and diagrams on the people, the others that were around back then. And I really, Jules, I so feel that we were responsible for their demise. So here we have, as you saw when we first got on, the people that have no head and their head's on their chest. We've got 2 of them here. And they seem to have tusks. Them ones have tusks and they're quite hairy.
Yeah,
so I would say there were different types.
Could they possibly be a different, well, in the same family with the Yowie and Bigfoot and Hairy Man and Yeti?
Possibly, yeah. Very possibly. I'd say that's what the missing link is. When they got rid of everybody like that and told us they were dismissed and they didn't exist, and actually that's the missing link between the others.
You know, and just looking at this picture, and I'll have to look into this at another time, but that phrase that I've heard when your heart on your sleeve or your heart on your shoulder,
yeah,
that kind of makes me think about that looking at that picture.
Yeah, because their anatomy is a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're so right, Jules. Okay, what do we got next? Well, here's a diagram. I think it looks kind of Asian, and it's showing us a turtle person and a half person. There's 2 different kinds of half people by the looks of that. Then we got a turtle person, and then we're at the top. His head isn't on his shoulders. Notice that? The one at the top, Jules?
Yeah, I do.
His head is on his chest, even though he has a separate head now. That looks like a separate head but stuck on his chest. Wow. See, this could be the evolution.
Well, and I'm looking at that picture of the turtle, and it's reminding me that one of the legends of the turtle is that the world rests on the back of a turtle, and underneath the turtle is a turtle, and then there's another turtle. I mean, turtles are throughout the cosmos.
True. They reckon that the Earth's on a turtle. That'd be a shock for everyone, wouldn't it? So here we have the 2. See how they're I don't know whether they drew their heads like that to represent the fact that their head is actually in their chest, or whether I think that's what they're trying to present. But why wouldn't they just draw eyes on the chest? They've actually drawn a head there. So it depends on the person doing it, I suppose.
I think, but I mean, it definitely. I mean, I see where you're coming from, but drawing it like that brings an emphasis to the fact that there's no head, and the head isn't the head and the heart are closely aligned in that picture.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, what do we got next? Oh, here they are again. In a different, this is a different kind of drawing. You can tell a different person from a different place.
From what I'm seeing with these pictures, I'm seeing the similarities of these men that have their head on their chest, but they appear that they're from different places.
Yes.
They're clothed different. And it's the same person, obviously, because of the way they're drawn.
Yep.
These people, they weren't just localized. They were many different places.
It seems that way, hey, because of the different clothes they're wearing. I noticed that at the beginning they didn't wear clothes. Well, I suppose it depends where they live, because them ones look less hairy, right? The first ones we saw were really hairy. They look less hairy. They're wearing clothes. Yeah, I think it depends where they were. They look like they were all over. Yeah, I don't know what writing that is. That's when I wish I could do.
I don't either.
Yeah, it's when I wish I could be really smart and do languages and stuff. So here we have another one. This is kind of different again. They're naked. Their face is in their chest. Again, it's in some other writing. They're looking at a book in the first top one.
Yeah, I see that.
And I might be able to. Oh, hang on, I'm trying to. I can make them bigger. How you do that, I don't know. Oh, now it doesn't want to do it. No, that's not happening. Oh, sorry. Don't play around with the tech, Luna. Yeah, so we got one here. Looks like they're reading out of the book, or they're trying to teach them something out of the book. And the other one's got a staff. It looks like he's got a bow and arrow in his hand there, Jewel. The one on the bottom.
It does.
A bow, a curved bow. Interesting. And there's a snake on the top right-hand side. Can you see that on the top one?
I mean, I'm going to go out there. Total speculation on my part. That top picture, the bard in the corner writing on the left-hand side, looking at that picture and seeing the serpent on the right side, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that maybe that is a depiction of the Garden of Eden.
Perhaps. Perhaps. One thing too I noticed on the top one, and you can't notice it as much, but at the bottom one, if you have a look at the man on the left-hand side with the staff, where his feet actually are in his head, and then you look at them other beings, they're actually a lot bigger than him.
Yeah.
So, well, that's interesting, and it's done in some nice green ink and that beautiful reddy colour ink. Okay, I can't see the chat room at the moment, people, so just bear with me. Well, here we are again. This fella looks more educated, more put together. He's got a long bow. He looks healthy and happy, even though he's wearing his heart on his shoulder. Yeah. No. But again, that's different again. That seems earlier or in another place.
You know, and it's entirely possible it could be in another place, because I found some stuff that it's from different places, different points in time as well.
Yep. Cool. All right, we'll move along because we've got a lot of stuff to get through today. Here we are again. Look, they're living happily, tribally, healthy. Check out the surroundings. Look at the trees. There's a lot of mud around, not a great deal of vegetation. They seem to be large beings. They've got homes. Look at their homes. They've got square ones and round ones there. There's a line there. in the background. I wonder if it'll make this one bigger. I can make these bigger, I just don't know how to do it. I'm playing with the tech. Stop playing with the tech.
I mean, either those people are really far away or those are really big beings.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. How did I make it big before? It was an accident. Any other time I can make it bigger. This isn't right. Why does the tech gods hate me so?
They don't hate you. They're just jiving with you right now.
They just get fun out of torturing me. I think. Okay. Yeah, so that looks really happy, I reckon. And then we came and spoiled it all. That's what I see. They lived all happy like that, and then we came and spoiled it all. Oh, look, there's another one. He don't look happy, does he? He's like, stand here. I want to take a picture of you. Looks like...
Yeah, it's just expressionless on his face.
Yeah, he don't seem happy anymore. Told you, we came. There we are. We've got 2 more. They got big feet. Notice that? 1, 2, 3.
They do. Looking at those feet and looking at the size of them from previous pictures, the slides that you have just shown, I mean, they remind. I mean, giants. I mean, there are all these anomalies that are similar, and there are differences as well. But it's just there's like a whole big tribe of cryptids yet to be discovered.
And check out the plants. Like, remember we did trees in that last time?
Yeah.
Some of them really old. If you check out the plants in the pictures, they look similar. Like, you can tell they come from the same time.
Yeah, so that's why these look like they're giants or a product of giants.
Just large. Yeah, they've got large feet. The feet are larger than the rest of them.
Well, the feet are large on that picture, indicating that they're big.
Yeah,
and they're taller than the trees, so that indicates they're giant. And those trees look like they're fairly big too.
And they're pretty buff. They look like they've been training. I haven't seen an out of shape one yet, so they're pretty healthy. Oh, here we have some more. This is a bit small. How do I get this big? How do you do this big? I did this big stuff the other day. Oh, look, it's not playing. I'm trying to get it big. I did it accidentally before. Oh, here we go again.
And I wonder if these people couldn't have been like our prototype.
Yeah, that's what
we're similar. I mean, we have all the appendages, the arms, the legs, the feet, the thumbs, the fingers.
Hang on.
The face.
That one's got a face on his back. See that? That's his butt there. He's got a face on his back. So there's the one up there, and they've got faces on the front, facing back. I got a pun to make. The reason Crowder gave us took the face off our chests is because Crowder wanted us to be ahead of the rest. Anyway, yeah, this one's interesting. They're not as hairy. They got a face on their back. The terrain's a little different again. There's a very much green in this one. Check it out. Is that a shield he's holding? Looks like a shield. Their weapons are different.
It does.
Their weapons are different. So they're from somewhere else. Did you notice that? I noticed.
So what if Hairy Man, Yowie, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, the hairy people, and mated with the prototype? That's what I'm going to call these. The prototype. And from that mating, if you can imagine them merging together, you would get hair that we would lose over the course of time, and the neck and the head.
Yeah. Here's me jumping around. I'm trying to get it big, Jules. I did it accidentally the first time. All right. Yeah. Ah, interesting. Interesting. Who really did... He's a thought. Did Eve look like that? I mean, did he look like that? And then he wanted something like him? Oh, who knows? No offence to religious history. Oh, here we go. We've got a variety here, Jules. So we got the people with no heads again, their heads on their chest, their face.
There's it looks like a Cyclops or
Yeah,
a Cyclops member.
and Cyclops were very well known. Oh, check that out, Jules. The guy with the big lip. What do the African people do? They put a disc in their lip to make it big and round. He's got a big round lip.
Yep.
Were they copying that? I wonder. I didn't notice that before when I looked through him. He's got a round lip like the people that put the disc in. Next to it, we got like rabbit ears. Poor fella. He'd hear everything. No wonder he looks sad. He's like, shut up. Then we got the dude with 1 foot. We've actually got a story about that, Jules, in our culture, in my culture. It talks about some two fellas were walking in the bush, or was it in the desert? I think it was where the desert and the bush kind of meet. It was a bit sparse. And they heard this noise, and then they found this big hole, and there was a white skinned being with 1 foot like that, trapped in the hole.
Wow.
And we had that was here in Australia. So yes, they were everywhere. And then the guy with horns, look, they'd say that was the devil. He's got hooves and horns.
Yep.
If he appeared today, they'd go, oh, the devil. It's not the devil, it's a species of being. It's one of the others. How fear makes us play. And the same as the Cyclops, Cyclops is evil. Look, there's a nice Cyclops person. He's even wearing clothes and looks a bit educated. There you go. Anyway, next. You're back here again. See, looks like he's telling you something about the plants.
Yeah.
Right? Gee, that'd be a different way of living, eh?
Yep.
Yeah. You'd have to turn your body to see beside you and around. You'd have to. I wonder if he's got a face on his back.
I mean, but with a body like that, I mean, what if you could see front and behind like the other picture that we saw?
That's what I was just thinking. If he's got a face on two-faced, one on the front and one on the back, you can see both ways, and maybe that's where two-faced come from.
Yeah, I was just thinking of that. Dang, get out of my brain.
Hey, on the shade of Yellow, we're thinking about the same stuff. This has been happening to me a lot lately in the 3 days running. The telepathy's getting really strong, see, the connection. All right, next one. Thank you, Creator. This is a pity I can't make this bigger. How did I make them bigger before? Anyway, we have a little array. We've got, it's a bit harder to see this one. Oh, done it again. We got, I can't see the top one, but it looks like he's walking on his hands. They've got a Cyclops, a mermaid-looking lady, the dude with no head again, his face is on his chest. I can't tell what's at the top there. Then we got a dude with 6 arms, look. And they reckon that was just exclusive to a religion. Who's the one with all the arms?
Krishna.
Yeah, let's look at that. No, was it Krishna? Yeah. Then we got a lady with a sword and a shield. Lady warrior, that's what I like to see. And a dude riding, what's he riding there, Jules?
I can't really tell.
I can't make it bigger. Why of all times can't I make it bigger?
It's all good. I mean, it's definitely, I can tell from what I can see. Oh, there you go.
I made it a bit bigger. How did that work then? Not in the other one. Told you the tech gods are funning with me.
Yeah, I can't read that writing.
No, it's in another language.
I mean, it looks like a miniature like dog horse hybrid. It's definitely something that I haven't seen.
Same. All right. Can I make it shrink now? Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, here we are. This is different. This is obviously from another land. We got is that a cat or a dog up there? The first one.
It looks like a dog. It looks like dog to me.
But the one below might be cat. Ears up. I don't know, ears up is cat.
Yeah, cats have short, pointy ears.
It's the only one with a tail.
I mean, well, I mean, to be fair, but in the Egyptians, Anubis had pointed ears as well.
Oh, look at work. It was the way I was touching it, Jules.
That's that's totally a tribe of dog people.
Hey, yeah, we got some of them coming up. And then there we got a part pigeon. It looks like part pigeon with horns. Either someone was dreaming.
I have a picture in one of my things that I'm going to show, and you'll see the resemblance. They're completely different, but they both fly.
Cool. All right. Well, I'll move along in this because I can't wait to see what you got. All right.
Trust me, I'm not anywhere near as fancy as you. I came home from work and started looking, and it's like, I'll just leave this window up. Yeah, that's interesting. Oh, how cool. So you put all the time in and you take the credit because this is all you.
It's just a bit of clicking here and there. Okay, so here we have a war against the dog people.
Yes.
And who's warring against them? We are. How can you be proud of that?
They look like they're a bunch of peasants with some knights.
They look Asian. See that? They look Asian.
They do look Asian.
And they're in there.
They look like they're wearing Asian clothes, but they don't. But some of these figures in this picture, to me, don't necessarily look entirely Asian, because there's a guy on the left-hand side who looks like he's from English or Scotland or one of those lands.
Yeah.
And then the people on the right-hand side, they definitely do look like they're from the Far East.
Cool. Yeah, so what we're going to see now is us warring against the others. Is my sound coming through all right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so us warring against the others, which I a long time depicted, shame on us. We can't live with anything different. Fear gets us and we have to destroy them. Look at that. I was going to use that as the top picture, but I wanted to save it for you. Look at the buildings at the back, Jules. You know, the old mud flood Antiquitech and all the old buildings and that. There's some old buildings in the background.
Yep, I see.
And here we have the dog people acting just like us.
Yep.
Buying food and trinkets. They're clothed. They're intelligent. They have a community. How dare us go in and spoil it? They got shoes on even. I bet you they taught us how to do all that.
Probably.
No wonder we love dogs so much, because we're responsible for their demise, their half species demise. But okay, so we've got a few more dog pictures to go through here. Here's another one. Look, he's a king, man. And they're darker. They're different. They're just like us.
They are, but two slides back.
Yeah.
That was also the warring against the dog people. That was also signifying royalty, because you had the dog people inside the castle that they were breaking in. So these dog people were revered. They were kind of like kings and royalty.
Can I say, are they cows they've got on their heads?
They look like they're dog people wearing cat hats.
Are they cat hats or cow hats? They've got little things on their head. I'm wondering if they're real. We carry our pets around on our head.
It's like, no, we're dog people. We respect the cat, so we're going to wear cat hats.
Yeah. But again, look, they're just like us. These ones are darker and the terrain's a bit different. So remember how we were saying there's just slightly different breeds, like humans. We've got different breeds too. We just don't like to say that way, but it's true.
But it's absolutely true.
And that's a female one in the background. You can see. And then so there you go. And they're covered, and there's a lot of gold there. And look at the building again, the dome.
It's always about the gold.
Yeah, and they're wearing tights. Look, the king's wearing tights. So for him to dress like that back in them days, we dressed kind of like that. So, you know, it's sus like that. It's like they were equal and then we got greedy, which is so typical. Not to diss the human race, but we haven't got a really good rap, you know. All right, can I make
We
this
really
one?
don't.
I can't make this one larger. No. So he looks like a dog-headed knight or a dog-headed warrior. Look, he looks like a kind of Roman there. Looking, he's got,
Yeah.
you know. So that's see how we're seeing the clothes are in and the time periods, and it's like when you see these pictures, you go, "Hang on a minute, what haven't they told us?" And actually, where did the Roman stuff really come from? Like, look at that. Is he wearing their clothes or are they wearing his? That's what it makes me wonder. All right, we'll move along because we've got a few. Oh, this one looks saintly.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, is it Saint Christopher? No, which one's the one saint of all animals? Francis, is it?
Off the top of my head, I know Gertrude is with cats.
Oh, here it is written in front of me. Duh. This is what happens when I get up early in the morning. Saint Christopher. This is Saint Christopher. He's actually a dog person, man. They wouldn't tell you that. They swapped his head up for one of ours. So back then he was actually a dog person, Saint Christopher. And remember how we were talking the other day, Jules, and I said Noah, I think it was a albino.
Yes, that's what made him different.
Yeah, see, they don't tell you these things. They tell you the story, but they don't tell you the important detail. Like, oh, by the way, Saint Christopher was a dog person, and we annihilated his people and drove them away. I'd say both. Listen to me and get narky about it, don't they? Oh, here we are again. Look, you're standing with one of us.
Yep.
Oh man, wouldn't it be nice to have one? Now, realistically, Jules, if we had one of them people here today, honestly, would we stop patting them?
Probably because they would have the intelligence to tell us to stop.
But they might like it.
True.
But
I mean,
they're
you
so
never
cute.
know. I mean, they were people.
They're so cute. All right, we might be coming to the end of it. I don't know because there's other slides on here I'm saving for another show. But this is kind of a map of the world from before, which says there's Adam and Eve in the middle. We won't concentrate too much on this at the moment. All right, so this is see the dog head carving. This shows you that this was either from their village or their town, city, whatever, or we put it in one of ours to depict that we lived with them. So
And I'm
there it
looking
is.
at that, and I don't ever remember seeing any pictures of ancient Egypt or anything with a palm frond.
Yeah, you got a point there. And what's in his hand? Is that do you think that's just a thing? Is that significant? Is it a musical instrument? Is it a staff? He's wearing robes like Roman again. Look.
Yeah, that's that's why with that one, knowing that it's not from Egypt, that was another place, another that had palm trees.
Yeah, somewhere else. Anyways, I found that
Interesting.
really interesting. Yeah, because there's a living record. See. All right, we've got two dog. They're different kinds of dog people. They look like Labradors. I wonder if they were still here and we said that, oh, you look like a Labrador, whether they'd be insulted. You have to be careful.
Yeah.
This says Jesus converts the dog-headed. Jesus? Here, they were around when Jesus was here. That wasn't that long ago.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, I mean, we can. I mean, if you would like, the conversation we had a couple of months ago that ties right into this. I mean,
Wow, hang on.
if you want to elaborate on it, and the 12 tribes and the dog people, I believe, were one of the tribes. So everybody, I've been reading a lot lately, and for some reason this past week I've been trying to get through this book, and some of the book that I'm reading has Sumerian creation story and everything, and it kind of reminds me of a conversation Luna and I had a couple of months ago, where, and in this book it mentions that there were the Ananu and Anaki, they had a council of 12. And it didn't specifically say, but I'm kind of thinking that the 12 council represent the 12 tribes of the Bible. And there we know now through history that some of those tribes are lost. And I'm kind of wondering if there really were, and I speculate they could be, a tribe of dog people, because we know that the Dogons came from the water, and the Pope with the mitre hat and everything. So there are things that came out of the water, and other breeds of that particular kind of cryptid would be the mermaid and the siren, and other water cryptids could be like Nessie and the Kelpie. So it just seems like some of these lost tribes, I think, really could have been like gone extinct. And then it's possible, another conversation that Luna and I had is if we drove them extinct. I mean, there are no mentions of dragons, but we know they existed. They were even mentioned in the Bible as terrible lizards. So all the dragons are gone, all of the unicorns are gone, and when you're a knight, I wasn't there, I don't know. So if you're a knight, what do? You go out knighting, you do whatever the king tells you to do. If the king wants all these others gone, then maybe the knights killed off these kinfolk. Just a thought.
There's a picture of Jesus and the dogman.
Right on cue, and that wasn't planned.
Nah, that was good. Maybe that's why Christopher.
And I'm wondering, crazy question, Cain, Abel, Canaanites, canine, dog.
Yeah, were they the dog-headed people? Did one of the dog-headed people take Eve, and she had one human and one dog-headed baby? Who knows? Because dogs can do that.
Yeah.
Happens in humans too. Sometimes you can have a mischievous lady and she has a white baby and a black baby because she didn't know what colour to choose. She didn't know whether she liked chocolate or vanilla ice cream. So it happens. Man, if I could go back in time, throw out everything I've said in the past about where I want to go and all that, I'd want to go back then just to check it out. I'd love to just stand there for half an hour, look around and sight the others and come back and go, yep, it's true. I asked one of them, this is what really happened.
Yeah. So these are fascinating pictures. Do you have any more?
Oh, we do. Hang on. That's why I'm trying to move along, because we've got quite a few things and you've got stuff and I still got flowers. Okay, so here we have, they must, there's a dog-headed man. There's the cow on the altar. Now we know that in India, I think a religion there,
the sacred cow in India, but also in Egypt. That, I wonder if that's the apex bull.
I don't know. I feel weird about bulls. And then a funny thought crossed me. Obviously, they're dog people when they eat meat. They're worshipping their food, but I don't really want to say that because it might not be that way, and then it's dissing their culture.
I mean, who knows? Maybe the bull or is trying to bid for some election and they're cheering him on.
Yeah, they could.
It looks like their hands are clapping. So whatever's going on, I hope it was good.
Here we have more war. Check it out. Now, for some reason, Jesus had no problem with the dog people, but these fellas did. These knights, they're knights, you can tell.
Yeah.
In the armour, and the dog people are fighting them. So, yeah, I got a feeling, this romanticism about a knight in shining armour and he rescues the maiden from the dragon and they're the heroes. I got a feeling it's the other way around.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that way.
Yeah, I am too.
Because that picture looks just totally like you would picture a medieval knight jousting. I mean, where did those skills come from? They more than likely came from another being.
And this one says the title of this picture was painted by Petrus Agricola, and he called it The Monstrous Races in the Earthly Paradise. So he's actually saying by this picture, these things lived with us here. And that's what he's painting. But they're not monstrous, like, just because they're different. We got a real big problem with different. Like we've got cats and cats. Your cat will eat you if you don't feed it. It's a monstrous animal. Just because you get it and it lives at home, like, yeah, if it decided it could eat you. Yeah, we've got problems with other species, other beings. It bothers me. Listen to me going.
I mean, it's the same problem that we've had all throughout time, that there's harm comes to a group because some other being, whether supreme or not, kind of persuades them to think them negative.
Yeah. So this one's we got the, there's a few things in here, Jules. So we got the snake in the tree. It looks like Adam and Eve. Then we got the centurion or whatever it is, the man with the horse bottom, and there's a lady with the bottom.
The centaurs.
Centaurs, yeah. Now we've got two bird people here, look. Because in our culture, we said we were animals before. This is here. And then we got the dog people. Then we got, what are these dudes? What's that one in the middle? Is he a dog person? No, he's got hooves.
I kind of look in the middle. It kind of looks like maybe from my angle, I see a tail. Maybe those are merfolk.
I don't know. But see the different species there? And they're telling you they were around with Adam and Eve. They're in the same timeline there. So this wasn't a long time ago, and it's not fictitious. And man, I really, really, this is the last time I'm going to say it, freaks me out to think what we've done to them. So I won't whinge about it again. All right, next lad, moving on. Oh, we've seen that one already. Oh, here's an interesting one. Someone else has painted these dudes, look. So at the top we've got dog people, cyclops.
The prototype.
Yeah, see how her lips are up on her shoulders and her eyes are on her shoulders? Is that because she's a woman, or is that because she's slightly different? I don't know. Now we have.
It's hard to say. I mean, it could be a gender, or it could just be a different breed.
Yeah, and these fellas here. What's different about these two? I can't tell. Then we've got the dude with the long ears, and we've got someone that looks like they got a lizard back. Are they?
Yeah, that one looks like it's got like, kind of like the, for lack of a better description, the words are not coming to me right now. Kind of like the way that a spiny skeleton would move, like on a snake.
A scaly spine, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Then we got the one-footed dude. They reckon by army had 1 foot. Some chick with horns and hooves. I wonder if she's the deer lady. And someone in a pod. Don't know what that's about. And then we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-headed dragon. Well, that's an interesting one.
Well, I wonder if that 9-headed dragon could be distant kin or kin of the Hydra.
Possibly. What do we got here now? Oh, we've got a bit of a story here. If you can figure it out, a mountain and trees, 2 people, more people, sun or moon, they meet the dog people. They
It
meet
looks like they're riding a ride at an amusement park, going up to the sun, and then
come and join the slide. We have fun, and then you get to go and see all these things. Hey, look at that snake. It's eating something.
yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic picture. I mean, I wouldn't, I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure that there's a message in there that I can't crack.
Yeah, like I said, it'll help if we speak different languages. And down the bottom, they got what looks like a normal dog and another creature with horns. I'd imagine the animals would look a bit different back then too.
Yeah, well, unicorns.
Yeah, that's another show. Oh, I might have some of them in here yet. I don't know. Yeah, I think I have. That's why I wanted to move along. There's some more things of.
Yeah, I mean, they were prominent enough that they made statues of them.
You see them up there? There's Jesus. Look, they made Jesus look like a giant. He probably was. He's probably twice the size of us. There's the dog-headed people up there. Hey, check him out. He looks all right. He looks pretty friendly.
He just looks like he's out for a casual walk with his. It looks like a bow and arrow, but it also, on one hand, could look like it make a nice pickaxe.
Looks like a crossbow.
Yeah, crossbow.
Hey, you wouldn't be able to wear a shirt, would you? Because you wouldn't be able to see him. Someone, look how long his ears are. Poor thing. I can hear you. Will you speak? Oh, this one's got funny ears. It's a different one again, eh? I suppose there would be a few mishmashes ones. Okay, it looks like a castle flying in the sky. What have we got here? Oh, I can't really tell. Oh, this is dinner with some dog-headed people or cat people and humans as well. But, excuse me, and it looks like the ordinary dog is eating a person. Okay, we'll just move along now. Oh, look, we got two-faced people.
Two-faced people.
Two-faced fella here. He's got oh, look, he's got the skull in his hand, someone's head in his hand. What's that thing where he talks to the skull? I'm back. Yeah, my brain. See, I'm not woke up yet. What's the time? No, I'm just starting to wake up. All right, so move along quick. There's a map of all of them. We'll do maps another day. Yeah, here's some of the strange people. See, there's one with 6 arms.
Yeah, 6 arms.
A lady with a beard. That's nothing new.
So I'm having a chuckle. I just deleted an app off my phone. It was Untapped. And I maintain my handle name on Untapped is the Bearded Lady.
Well, there you
are. I am the Bearded Lady.
Hey, check the lady out in the middle. She's got like a duck foot or a bird foot. One leg. And the one up here in the beginning, see their feet are backwards?
Yes.
And then we got that version, 2-headed person, dog-headed person.
And then, and I say again, I wonder how many of these were prototypes and how many of these are lost tribes.
Yeah.
Or extinct tribes.
And as you can tell by the lady at the top in her dress, it was in the medieval times. That's probably why they called it the Dark Ages. They didn't want you to know what they did. They did horrible, dark things to these creatures. So here we have a one-footed, a cyclops, and the chest man. Saying, oh, there's that shield. Look at the shape of that shield. It's pointy and curved. That's a different type of shield.
Yeah.
So there you go. And they look pretty big. The trees look small. So there's too much evidence, too many paintings. What have we got here? More animal people. And it's in a book. No wonder they had castles. They were afraid of all these different weird people. See, they were afraid of the others. Get in the castle. All right, these maps. Here's a unicorn. Unicorn. So we've been going for an hour. I might stop it there and do another show. Yeah, on the unicorns. See, we've got a few things on unicorns in it. All right, I might stop it there, Jules, because we've got other things to do and you got something to present. So there's our strange people. Stop sharing that. There we are. Hello, everyone. There's our strange people. I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, I just wanted to share it with you. And
yeah, I mean, what I have will tie into, or are you saving your flowers for another time, or are you going to hit upon those tonight?
No, we'll show you what you've got, and then we will do the flowers. And
No, because it all ties in. I mean, there's no particular place. I mean,
I realise that. Did you want a wee break? Literally a wee break.
I've been like been doing my water. Can you entertain everybody for like 2 or 3 minutes just so I can
actually,
run to the restroom?
I was going to leave them with a little bit of music.
Yeah.
Well, here I am. I hope you enjoyed that, and that was me playing the clapsticks along with it. Sounds good, doesn't it? I'm going to do that more. Viking music and Aboriginal music together. It sounds pretty good. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Strange Beings, the others, and thanks for hanging around and watching. We had Zen Wen, Malia, Polly. G'day, Polly. How are you? I got something for you, Polly, at the end of this in my flower show. Yeah, so we've got 6 people. That's cool. Thanks for watching. You can watch it later. I usually make these shows so you can watch it later in your own comfort. Connie, just found it. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything because you've seen all those pictures before. We just did all them weird pictures of the others. You've seen them before. So next we're going to have a lovely presentation from Jules, and then after that I've got a little flower presentation. And I was thinking about you, Connie, when I was doing the flower presentation, and Polly. So, and hey, Jules is back. Okay, Jules.
Yeah, I'm back. And
yep, it's your turn.
My kidneys and my bladder, thank you. And I took advantage and got another cup of coffee while I was up.
Oh, I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, I know that you're getting ready to talk about flowers, and what I have are mostly bees that tie into flowers. But I was driving into work this morning and I was having a thought. And it's like, and I remember seeing this and I couldn't remember what it was. And for some reason, it's not a cosmic butterfly, but there is a cosmic butterfly. I need to share my screen, and I'm not professional like Luna. I came home and open Windows, and I have them up so I can jump back and forth and share them with you guys. So give me 1 second, and I'm going to share my screen and show you some pictures of some cosmic butterflies. And then with the butterflies, I'm going to go into the galactic butterfly, a little bit of the spiritualism and the meaning behind those, and then bees and how bees go way, 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 way back.
Okay. And while you're doing that, getting it ready, did you like my clapsticks to the Viking music? You probably
did.
Yeah, I liked it. I'm going to do that at the end. And we have the megaphone man just joined us, and cool.
So
and after, at the end of this, if you want to comment, I'll drop the link in and you can discuss it. So what do you got for us, Jules?
okay, so I've got my screen shared. I'm going to
Yep.
go in for the cosmic butterfly.
Yep, and I'll give
Can you guys see my screen?
No, I think you need. Have you shared it yet? Because I need to click something to give you permission. Or will it just come up? I don't know. Do whatever you done last week.
I mean, it's. Let me click my stuff. Everything that I click, it's all the share buttons grayed out. So I wonder if it's something that you've got to do on your end.
Oh, hang on. No, because I press share.
Let me try this again then. So share.
No. Yeah, you try it. We shouldn't be on music while you're doing this.
Okay. And
I love this music. I'm addicted to it. Oh, there we are.
Can you see? Or
there we are. Look at that.
Oh, okay, all right. Woo woo. That's a cosmic butterfly.
I wonder if I can give you that.
It is a real thing.
Check it out. You got the whole screen there, Jules.
So you can see well, I'm just going to get like little bullet points because I don't have any of these in any kind of order.
No,
but
that's all right. Let's go.
This right here, the flower of life. It's something that's worth coming back to, and then that's a dud. There are, and I found spiritual meaning of bees and ancient bees. It's these pictures this picture right there, it's been done, recopied, recreated. This is the picture of the ancient Egyptians that when they were depicting flight, you would see like the bee person, and on the side, those things right there, those flowers. If you imagine a plane, those are propellers on a plane, and that's a plane hidden in the ancient Egyptian hieroglyph. And this is a bee, a symbol of a beehive. That's its old Masonic symbol. And just there's the ancient bee a little bit better, where you can kind of imagine that that's the propellers on a plane, and the wings indicate flight. And there were giant honeybees way back when. And those are actually still modern bees. And there's another cosmic butterfly. And this is the galactic butterfly. That's the symbol that when I was riding into work this morning, it's like, I know I've seen that. And I couldn't figure out what it was. And I had to come track it down because I couldn't remember exactly what it was. And again, that's that same galactic butterfly. And I'm trying to figure out what all of this means because it looks, every time I see it, the way that it's colored, it looks different. And more information about the galactic butterfly. But that was a sample of some of the stuff. So when you talk about flowers, I can loop back in and talk about the flower of life and things like that. So, Luna, you're muted. You're muted.
I'm muted. Okay, so what do we got next for you? Just let me fix this up. Okay, we got a little bit of flowers here when I figure out what I'm doing. Why can't you ever find stuff when you want it, like, you know? Oh, right, where are we?
Oh man, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you weren't ready. I was just. I thought I was boring everybody by looking at this.
No, we were actually waiting for more. So, okay, give me more, give me more. All right, I just got to find. No, I can't find that. Where the hell did I put everything? Oh, right in front of me.
Hey, everybody in chat. I can't actually chat, but I see you guys. Hi, Connie. Hey, Macy. Yo, Polly. Hugs, brother. Hey, Ken. And if there's anybody else I'm missing. Hey, Malaya and Zenwen. Glad to have you guys here. Hey, Joe. Yamadani.
Okay. And we got Malia in the background, dropped into us.
Awesome.
Just let me sort out what I'm doing here. Okay, one moment. Oh, I had music for you. See how unprofessional? This is how it was supposed to look. It's supposed to be like this. Oh, what have I done? Okay, so that's what I'm supposed to do, bring it in like that. Say, all right, first off the bat, we have animal flowers. Actually like that music in the background. I'll just turn it down a little bit. Yeah. Can you still hear me if I got that music in the background?
Yeah, I can hear you.
It's flower music. All right, so we got the monkey-faced orchid. A lot of the orchids, for some reason, imitate life. Maybe they had eyes once and they saw us. I don't know. G'day, Malia. I just threw you in there. So we got the monkey-faced orchid.
Hi.
Where's my little thing? We have the moth orchid, which I think doesn't look like a moth. It actually looks like a bird.
It does.
Landing, kind of, or carrying a moth in its feet. That's what it looks like.
It kind of reminds me of a phoenix rising.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, this is for you, Jules. This next one's for you, Jules, my girl. A bumblebee orchid. Okay.
That's pretty cool.
This is a flying duck. That doesn't quite look like a duck, but it looks like a bird, yes, but not quite a duck, but a flying duck.
Yes, I can see it.
Oh, no, that's the flying ducks. What's that one? Sorry. That's a parrot flower. Stupid me. That's the parrot flower. Of course, it looks like a parrot. Yeah, do. Hang on. I need to press the on button in the back of my head. There's a parrot flower, and that's the flying ducks. They do look like flying ducks.
They do.
Yes. And then we have the tiger. See the tiger face in the middle there?
Mm-hmm.
And then we have chickens.
Could that have been a tiger lily? But
Yes. Look at that. And then we have chickens. And this is my favourite. This is my favourite one. And I thought of you, Connie. Actually, there were two flowers in this show that I thought of Connie about. And that was the first one. Look at that. That's a flower, man. Doesn't it look like a dove? It's like flower of the Holy Spirit, they call that one. I love that one. Okay, I think that's all we got for that one. Okay, look out. Now we got this one. Flower people. My slides are back to front, but never mind.
nice.
Flower people. There we go. Oh, where am I on the wrong slide? Here we are. They're men, notice. Flower pot men. Oh, I should be telling you what they are. Hang on. That's what they're called. Flower people. So the first one was called Naked Man. And this one's called Dancing Girl. And I love these swaddle babies.
Oh, those are cute.
Aren't they? And we haven't got many people ones. Oh, that's right. Here we are. We have the alien. This is the alien guy, the alien dude. That's what it's called, the alien one. They didn't have a name, but they just look like little people with hats on. They look very happy too, don't they?
They do.
There you go. That's mine. A big kiss.
I like that one.
Love to you on this day, and Crowder loves us. Okay. Hang on. I've just got to get rid of some of this. How do I get rid of it now? I want to remove it. Remove. One moment. Remove. All right. What other slides have we got here? 4 and 5. I think we're up to number 6. Oh, yes, we are. Beautiful flowers. Here we go. Look at that. I thought of you too, Connie and Polly. Beautiful flowers. And that one is called a skeleton flower. And this one is a flame lily. And this one is the lily of the valley tree. This one isn't actually beautiful, but it is kinder. Someone would love it. This is called African lotus bean flower. I just like them. Imagine going.
Which is interesting because the lotus, when you mention flower as a lotus, maybe I'm just conditioned or maybe I'm trained, but I automatically think of the lotus blossom.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Now this one, I'm glad you're here, Donnie. This one's called magic dogwood. Now, here in Australia, dogwood is actually what I would use if I was doing healing. That's what my mob used, dogwood and wilga. And I saw this magic dogwood, and I'm thinking, I didn't do much research, but I thought I'd ask Donnie, is that the flower on our dogwood, or is that a different dogwood from another country? I'm not sure about that, but I found that interesting.
No, we have dogwood here in the States.
You have dogwood too?
Yeah, that's really interesting.
The dogwood's our state tree here.
Okay. So is it part of the Native American stuff?
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah. Especially in this area, we have the dogwood flowers, the dogwood trees.
Cool.
Up in the mountains, Rocky Mountains and stuff. We have one plant that's kind of like that the natives regard called bear grass, and it has a specific bloom. And it's like miniature version of these flowers. They're considered a dogwood flower.
Okay, and the next one, this is the one I thought about, Connie, and that it's called the lace flower. Look at that, it's so beautiful. I thought so delicate and beautiful. And I should be describing these, sorry, for some people out there. The lace flower, it's 1, 2, 5-pointed white flower with little fibres on the end that look like lace, and they join together and make a circle. And then we have the chandler plant, and it just the tiny blue flowers, and if you look down the stem, they're all blue, green and white checkered kinda, and they've got these beautiful tiny flowers at the top. I just thought that was beautiful. I'm not sure. I tried to find out where most of these come from, but it's not easy. Okay. Next slide. That was number 6. We got number 7. I was busy last night. What have we got here? Carnivorous flowers here. Now this one was for Jules.
I had a message come in. I had to check. It was work related, but I'm back.
You're cool. You're cool. So we're up to carnivorous flowers, and we have the Venus flytrap. And I actually think I forgot to add one more slide to this that showed you a couple of other carnivorous plants that you don't see very often, but I left it out, I think.
And I give a nod to the Addams family. The plant that they had, the man-eating plant that they fed, and I can't remember the name of it, but that was a super cool plant.
So these are interesting because these are on my end of the world. Now they look quite harmless. We've got this one beautiful big purple petal with a little white bit on the end, and then just behind it there's a little stem with a bulbous thing on the top, and they just look like little fairies or something standing in the paddock by itself, but they're actually Tasmanian sundews, they're called, and they're
those are extremely deadly from my point of view.
Yeah, they are.
They look almost exactly the same. We have something like this here, and if you find it, oh shit, basically. It's called monk's head, and it has that same deep purple color, and I think that relates, if I can say something really quick, Luna, that relates to purple in the spirit usually is a harmful thing. A violet is a pain or response. You seen that too?
Yeah, here in Australia, anything blue or red is poison, or it's going to make you sick or sting you or something.
That's a fascinating one. Yep. That's a good starter for this. It's very, wow. Ugh.
And then next we have the pitcher plant. And what I realised looking around was this is one kind of pitcher plant. This one's actually rather large. But a lot of, I'll show you some at the end, they're also called pitcher plants, but they're all different. But they're all called pitcher plants. So I think they got sick of naming and stuff. I don't know. So as you can see, it's carnivorous. The things drop into the liquid at the top and they get absorbed by the plant. I imagine that one. I just thought, go back in time when everything was large and you'd fall in that as you know what I mean? It would be that big that we'd fall in it.
Ooh, I could picture that.
Bit scary.
Yeah.
I forgot to get the name of this one.
I've seen this one before. Yeah, they have these in Yucatan too.
Yeah. I think it's Rafflesia in Malaysia, that one. I'm not sure. These are the ones. These are also pitcher plants, but they look more like the sundew standing tall, you know what I mean? It's tall and thin, but they're another form of the pitcher plant. And when I say picture, I'm not saying picture as in a pretty picture that you paint. It's the pitcher that you drink like a mug, like ale out of, that kind of picture, because it's my accent, sorry. So these are tall and thin with beautiful, pretty flower petals at the top, but they're dead. You know, they're going to kill you if you were that small. So there's the fly trap, but there's the one. Yeah, they're different. And I don't know what the other one is. I've never seen it before. It's actually, how many has got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 things coming out from the middle with a tube and hairs on the end. That's different. And I think that was all for that. Okay, that was that one. What have we got left here?
Ooh,
Freaky flowers. Yeah, we got freaky flowers for you. I should have played the freaky music. Where is it? All right, I'll play the freaky music. I'm going to go through them and then back.
Totally cool.
All right. Oh. Okay, so them ones are called doll eyes.
Yeah, I can see why they would be called doll eyes.
And
That is ultra creepy. It's like it makes me really curious. What is its specific needs, conditions of soil to grow?
They're actually really highly poisonous berries.
Oh, I'm sure. Look at that vine. It says, "Don't eat me. You will die."
So
or hurt really bad.
You can go and find one of them if you've got an enemy. Oh, this is the Darth Vader, obviously. Duh.
That must be an orchid. That has got to be an orchid.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Isn't it funny how the orchids imitate life?
Yeah, the orchids imitate what I've found. They imitate the spirit realm life, and that realm, I think that was once ancient, that you were discussing earlier with the strange beings.
Yep.
I think the flowers keep the memory.
Yeah, I understand.
What took care of them.
Yeah. So this one's snapdragon seed pods. So they look like little skulls, snapdragon seed pods.
I was going to say I have those every year come out. I love them. They're one of my favorite seed pods. They're super fun.
And this one was for Polly. It's the desert blooming mushroom. That's what they call it, the desert blooming mushroom. It's actually a cactus that grows in the desert, but it looks like a mushroom. Okay, so that's that one. And the last one I have for you, I think, what number was that, mate? Number 9. Gee, I think I'll cover them all. I hope. Ah, yeah. Okay, Australian flowers. All right. Hang on, I'll just get rid of this. And here we are. And this one is a Banksia. And we have different kinds of Banksias. Some of the Banksias, when they dry, we actually used them to comb our hair. And they come in different colours and sizes.
Kind of like a loofah? Well, no.
Just had little things.
The land version of a loofah.
Banksia. It's just a different kind. Doesn't it look like a candle or something, I reckon? Banksia. Okay. This is our Christmas tree. Western Australia Christmas tree. That's what it's called. This is our...
Ooh, I like that one.
Oh, God. I forgot the name of it. Hang on. Grevillea. Our Grevillea. And most of our birds drink the honey nectar out of this and eat from it. So the Grevillea feeds a lot of parrots and stuff like that.
What's the tree that, or is it a flower that produces the lily pillies that are over there?
That's a lily pilly tree, and the fruit is the lily pilly, and they come in different colours, from deep maroney red like an apple to light pink, and they all taste different. And they come out. They're out now, actually. I'll tell you a little story about the lily pilly tree. They're all over the place, but the way when they produce their fruit. So say I was going to walk from my place to Sydney. It'd take me, I don't know, a week or so, maybe 2 weeks. But while I'm here, where I am, the lily pilly trees are ready now, and I can go and eat lily pillies and collect some. And by the time I get to Sydney, the lily pilly trees there will be just producing. So it's like the fruit's been timed out for travel. That's what it was like. It was like it was timed for travel. So when you go from one place to another, as you're arriving, all that fruit just came. It's just new and come out. It's not old. Yeah, and that's how beautiful and balanced our country was. Before everything was in harmony, it was just one big shopping centre. You can walk from here to there, and you got to remember that our pathways are the actual road. Most of the main roads they have now, so they were the main pathways. Everyone followed it, and all the food was timed, so you had food and all that the whole way on your journey. It was timed out like that. So, but that's all gone now, I suppose. Like you have remnants of it, like the lily pin trees, but the majority of it be gone. So, okay. This is a flannel flower, and it actually feels like flannelette material. It's furry and thick, and you can they're great. I got one in resin. I should have bought it. I got one in resin. That's a necklace. They're really bloody.
Would that be like the equivalent to fur on a flower?
Yeah, it feels like fur on a flower.
That particular plant, that texture.
Yeah, and you can't stop touching them because they're so robust. They're not like roses where if you touch the petals, they all go limpy and funny. You can just pat these ones. Yeah, it's like fur. Yeah, Jules, it's like fur. These are the desert peas, they're called.
Cool.
They're not really peas, by the way. They just call it that because they look like that. Our desert's beautiful in flower time. I got to travel at flower time, and there was heaps of food and everything. And there's another Sturt's Desert Pea. It's just a white variety. Our Waratah, that's our Waratah there. We get white ones as well. They come in a few different colours. They mainly grow in the cold area up the mountains here when it snows. When it snows, imagine a big white blanket, and all you can see is this big red flower sticking up a couple of feet out.
Beautiful.
Because they grow up on a high stalk, so they're up off the ground, and they're just like little red lanterns all scattered in the snow. And that's our gum. That's just one gum. Our gum trees flower, and the birds eat them, and that's just one flower we get off our gum trees. We get different sizes and many different colours. And that's our wattle. Our wattle trees, same thing. We get only yellow though, but we get different sizes. Some of the round wattle polyps are really, really huge, and some are really tiny. Our wattle trees used for most like funeral and stuff like that, but also the bark of the wattle tree spits out gum, like big bubbles of gum. Like, so imagine a big a big bubble, and it's a yellowy colour, and it's stuck to the tree, and when you break it off, it's got liquid inside, and that's air dry glue. So it gives us material to make stuff, and it's also used for funeral stuff. And that's the wattle tree. And like I said, the sizes vary, and the wattle flowers vary. So you'll have we got willowy ones that are like more like willowy instead of like that. And then you got ones with the ones with a really big flower. They're really awesome. They're amazing. And I think that's it. And that's it.
Those were cool.
So I'm going to put the thing in there, and if anyone wants to come in and comment besides Malia.
So I had my hand raised a minute ago, and now I have a problem. Her name is Roxy, but the flower of life. And give me just a second, and I'll show you that symbol again. It's the geometric one. The flower of life can be almost found in all major religions of the world. The flower of life is said to be over 6,000 years old and is composed of several concentric, equal overlapping circles. It's said to contain vital information on the secrets of the universe and all living things. The earliest record of the symbol was said to be found in the alabaster steps that were once part of the palace of King Ashurbanipal, and I probably butchered that, sorry, and has been dated to 645 BC. Many spiritual and mystical geometric figures have been drawn in the pattern of the flower of life. The sacred tree in the Kabbalah teaching, for instance, may be taken from the concentric patterns within the flower. Leonardo da Vinci himself was able to derive platonic solids and the golden ratio of pi from the flower of life. And the flower of life again is this particular picture right here. Something that looks like that.
Oh, that one. Yep. I know.
That's like something that occurred to me. It's like I've seen that flower and all that. That also came to me this morning, so that's why I didn't really have a lot of time to do a lot of research into it. But cool. Just a little bit here, a little bit there, and then there. That's all I've got on the. That's all I've got pulled up on the flower of life.
It's good information, Jules. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, and then I did find a little bit. I thought that I had something up here spiritual related with that, but I think that is going to be more on the bees.
That pattern, I've seen that pattern when I do look at the sun.
Yeah, it's a popular pattern.
That pattern's come into my head because that's how you get, I don't know if anyone knows, but you get downloads that way from the sunlight and it'll put images in your head, and I've seen that pattern before and other ones when I've been doing it. And when you do it, be careful, you don't want to blind yourself, but you can look at the sun. You can look at it. So, Malia, you want to comment?
I have something I on the fly prepared regarding because, like Jules, I have the answer to where your symbol comes from. So, let's start here.
Oh, look at that!
Pretty beautiful. Yeah. This is the Mayan symbol for the universal deity, the deity of the universe, called or named Hunab Ku. Okay, so you probably have seen it before, maybe, but that is the actual origin. It goes along with this symbol, which is of the Maya calendar. Basically, it's a rough glyph of the Maya calendar, which here's another interpretation of kind of the symbol itself behind it in a different background. But it correlates with this as well, which is the representation of the Maya god Hunab Ku that relates with the story of Quetzalcoatl, the more familiar story of Quetzalcoatl. So again, here is another representation of how that symbol intertwines with the calendar. And this is the glyphs of what in Maya is understood of 14 cycle patterns. And each cycle pattern has a representative glyph of that like period of time, each time lasting an equal of 10. So it's 10 cycles of passment through to the details of like 10 days, 10 months, 10 weeks, all of this equaling into tens. So, but here's the basics of that. I felt like it was a really good interpretation to grab. So this is a quick snapshot of the feathered serpent. I thought maybe Luna probably may have some relation to this, and seeing in her lore and stuff. This, of course, is somebody's rendition, somebody's drawing of it, but it kind of brings into the effect of how the stone serpents look, which is why I like it. This is how the stone serpent found at the bottom of Chichen Itza looks. Some of the other stone serpents in Maya lore that's directly related to Quetzalcoatl, which relates to Hunab Ku, that symbol all ties into the universe. So it is really deep, Jules. And my last one is this sense of the tree of life, the upper and inner, which kind of correlates or links back to our first or our prior stream on the trees, and how the great Seba tree or the tree of life would touch the above ground and the underground. So now what's understanding in this interpretation basically is showing the level Ds of the deities and where their functions, gates, separate entrances and stuff are, or influences upon the earth are, where they reside upon in the tree of life in the different dimensions. So in this wholeness of this, it's the understanding is that Hunab Ku, or that first symbol that you found, is the overseeing, oversight, great energy, which keeps the life force going and beating and moving. So it's really hard to like put that into an image or a description of like, what does this being look like, basically. And so that's why it's understood.
I originally had thoughts of when I was thinking bee, flower, and ET and aliens and all this stuff just came flooding to me. And then I remember this, and it looked more like a bee. And then the more I looked at it, the more it's like, well, that's probably why, because of the antenna, the receivers that are on the top. Well, but coincidentally, I had this particular hitting on the whole the Hunab Ku, but this, it says, I mean, I can share my screen if you guys would like, or I can just read it while I'm here. It says there's nothing in a caterpillar that tells you to be a butterfly. That was a quote from R. Buckminster Fuller. But it says, however, a caterpillar holds within the blueprint of the butterfly. This symbol is called the galactic butterfly, which is said to represent all of the consciousness that has ever existed in this galaxy. This is all of our physical ancestors, both human, animal, fish, reptile, shellfish, plants, as well as the consciousness which originated of all raw material from a whirling disk into the stars, then planets into solar system. Big meaning. So the big original Maya had no symbol for this. In their civilization, it was like having no name for a god. Just knowing the concept was good enough. Later, this pattern was devised by Toltec and Zapotec weavers as a pattern for blankets. Toltec. And this is where Jose Aguilares came across it. He called it Hunab Ku. The indigenous people call it the galactic butterfly. Butterflies are seen as ancestors returning for a visit to physicality. Wearing one of these symbols is very powerful, and it broadcasts that you're reaching to actively join the consciousness of our galaxy.
Can I show you how it was taught to me in the Maya? And you can do this solely, but the way it's supposed to be done is face to face with another being, with another person. So to make the symbol, you would input your hands intertwined together, and that which comes out in your thumbs, it's really hard to do in this direction, it's that symbol.
Yeah, it's like a galactic
coming together. We're joining, we understand that everything we touch, the ground that we walk on, the input of the synchronicity of I've met you, you've met me, we're put together in this moment, is a complete understanding consciously that we're intertwined and linked for a purpose, for a reason specific to time, day, location, and it details that we don't want to really comprehend, because if we fathom and comprehend that, then we can fathom and comprehend our universal impact on the life that we live today, right now, together, and how the necessity. Go ahead, Luna.
Oh, no, I'm just listening. Oh, just looking. It's my posture because I don't like to you see me with the
Well, it's the kangaroo in you. Just feel the jump.
my feet don't touch the ground.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just like it's all tied together. That is the really exciting part about getting to be in here and be like, okay, this is what's going on. A little bit in this, because as you ladies started, it was all planned. You have your slides put together.
That's all.
Without knowing that a very specific set path was set before you. And you guys like answered it to the details in order of this needs to be shown, with this needs to be shown, the flowers, the trees, the people, starting with the strange beings first, their interaction, intertwining, all of that into the honeybees and the symbol of the Hunapku intertwining. This is all specific to the story of what Hunapku means, really intently, to details, with the orchid flowers, the orchids that destroy, the flowers that help to grow and create things that we began with. It proves in a psychic realm, and some other stuff happened, but I'll share that with you guys later. That was telepathic communication proving live, which was really cool. But I'll share that after we get done here.
Yeah. I said earlier that the telepathy band width has got wider.
It has.
Yeah,
I just mentioned
it's gotten wider, and
I have to say,
the shift that's happening right now. I mean, well, all the news that's unfolding right now, it's creating a ripple. It'll be a while before we feel it.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a while. Oh dear, hang on. I'm trying to put the film in because we got Megaphone Man is in the room and I want to talk. I wouldn't mind him jumping in. Oh man, hang on, we'll see what place he is. Jumping in, because the planets are still aligned. All right, just getting it. Okay, the planets are still lined up in a certain way, and I've noticed they're not in a hurry to unalign themselves. Meanwhile, the telepathy band has got bigger, and people they don't even realise they're listening. They can hear other people. I've had people ring me up and go blah 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 blah, and I'm sitting there laughing because the night before I was getting told that they're gonna hear it and come back to me and talk to me, and then when it happened, I'm just sitting there laughing, going, "They told me this had happened." That's how I knew the bandwidth was opening up, because just all sorts of people are just hooking in to telepathy. They don't realise it though; they're just doing it because it's like they feel like it. You know, the feeling comes up in them, and they just do it. But it's actually the telepathy, and the animal telepathy is increased. Has anyone noticed that? Your animals, you can hear them better, they can hear you better. Well, that's more on our part than them. We can hear them better. But the planet thing, I realised they're taking their time and they're sort of stuck there for a while, I think.
Well, didn't I see in the news just like 2 or 3 days ago that there were 7 planets that were all aligned?
Yeah, that happened 3 nights ago, I believe. It started 3 nights ago. But I'm not quite sure the magnitude of it. A lot of the things being reported as so-called major alignments have been repeat effects. Like you said, Jules, a ripple effect from December 28th of 2020. So now we're 2 years to that effect, and it ripples effect out. And remember when you throw a big stone into the water, which the effect of December 28th, 2020 was like putting a massive stone into the universal pool level sense with that alignment. And so now 2 years later, we're starting to come into the more ripple effects of those beach waves coming out. So we'll still see a lot of alignments, a lot of things happening in a circular pattern, but it's a repeat. It's a Groundhog Day effect essentially, of just like that symbol of the spinning out, the coming out of the swirling.
I was going to say, those pictures we saw at old time with the others, it was not long after that too that's another show I'll do of all the weird patterns of the stuff in the sky they saw. They saw spirals, they saw orbs, they saw all this stuff. It started again because there was some sort of earth calamity. I think that's when the mud flood and that happened, and that's when we lost some of the others. And it's happening again now because we've already got reports of people seeing a big spiral in the sky. So that, and these old paintings of exactly the same thing. I saw one where there's a big spiral and it had come down on the horizon and there was actually someone walking out of it. I saw a picture like that, a really, really old picture, and I'm thinking, wow.
What was the picture? When did you see it? When did you see it? Because that's probably relative and important if you can remember the time and day. Here.
Yeah, this is an old painting that I saw. I'll try and resurrect. I'll do another show on the old paintings with the weird stuff in the sky.
I would love to
correlate it to what's happening today because the timings come back. Yeah, the timings matched up to sky anomalies, and when you look in the medieval ages and that, they have pictures of sky anomalies. Same things happening. So we'll do a show on that and check it out. That was interesting. It's got to do with the
great awesome.
And everything. So,
I love art.
Yeah, but a picture sells 1,000 words, eh?
Oh my God, yes it does. Maybe 1,000,000 if you really get a good one.
So yeah, we'll check that out in another show. How are we going? We've got 15 minutes left and we'll be up on 2 hours. So yeah, we'll do some closing thoughts. Yes. So either
we'll see if I've got anything.
You got anything left that you want to show?
Notes.
Closing thoughts.
Well, the flower of life. I think did I tell you guys that it represents the mathematical and logical order of the world, signifying the laws of nature?
No, you didn't.
I mean, I might be getting into information I'm repeating.
No, you can repeat it. You just repeat it one more time, just so we get it. Say it again, please.
The flower of life is a visual representation of the connection between all living beings and life itself.
Yeah, just so we got that, everybody.
The flower of life symbolizes creation and is a reminder that everything is united, originating from the same blueprint. And it also represents the mathematical and logical order of the world, signifying the laws of nature.
Talking about flower of life, you know what I left out of my slideshow? Edible flowers.
I like honeysuckles.
Yeah. Yeah, we got
going with a honeysuckle and like pulling it out. And
yeah, that's it. Yeah, we got ones like that too. Them grevillea things, they're like that. There's different kinds. There's other ones where
I think they look.
Yeah, I'll do another flower one. I'll tag it on. We'll do a food flower thing. But yeah, we got to make sweet water. You just put the flower in the water and swish it around and drink it. It's like honey water.
Nice. Things like that.
Yeah, so I'll do that another time. I forgot that. But I was up very late last night doing them slides. And it doesn't help.
Yeah, you were. And you did a fantastic job.
I was running late this morning, but that's okay.
You did a good job on your slides. Because I was at work and it was like, oh, Luna's up late.
Oh, you saw me. Yeah, everyone buzzed me. I often get messages, what are you doing up so late? So, Malia, I know that you weren't here for the whole show, but you watched it. So,
oh yeah, I was here, and well, yeah, watching, listening around. The energies today were very synchronistic, balanced. I noticed I had to be careful, like going outside to run errands or anything like that, because as a small being, a little being. We kind of tend to fit into that category. I was quite easily falling into the chances of being smushed, if that makes sense. Like I noticed this was kept on happening. Like I'd be like, oh my gosh, that's huge. I'm going to get crushed kind of experiences most of the day. And so I was just like, okay, I'm going to stay inside and recognize that there's major planetary still alignments coming out of. So that's always a good time to maintain your borders, stay within your borders, prepare the things within your borders that you can as the universe moves through the coming out of this ripple. So the coming out of that wave, as it took 3 days and 3 nights to get into, it takes 3 days and 3 nights to come out of. So we still have 2 days to go through that kind of thing, but as we go along, it lessens that kind of effect. So stay indoors through the weekend, even though it's very tempting for some to get outside and go camping this weekend. As timing usually goes around the Independence Day.
Not here in Australia. It's freezing. Oh, actually, camping in winter is good here because all the critters are asleep and the snakes are all hibernating. But it's freezing and you need really good camping gear.
Yeah, in Australia, you're coming into winter, and it's really that shift in time zone. For us, we're coming into summer. And people, it's a big kickoff weekend for getting out and barbecuing, but there's a lot of family drama able to kick up really, really easily, firework off, essentially. So take it easy, limit your time around family if you feel like that needs to happen. Like, you know, that kind of thing. In the US, it's a big holiday weekend, so a lot of those kinds of things are happening. There's already a lot of police activity happening, at least in my town today. It's amping up. So, yeah, just a word of caution, I guess. Focus on flowers and honeybees and staying indoors.
Focus on, I
can do.
Relax. Yeah, that's my advice, but it's just advice on the universe.
well, I think that's about it, ladies. I hope you enjoyed the show.
Great, fantastic. Thank you for having me, Luna.
Always, Jules. Thank you, Malia.
Yeah, you put on a great show, ladies. Awesome. Glad I could join.
So, Creator loves you. Love yourself and love others, and love to you on this day. And we'll see you next week, probably. Hopefully, we'll have something interesting to bring you.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you then. I'm going to bring you out in some Viking and clapstick music. Okay, we'll see you next time. Yalu.